Hello my crafty friends, it's Krista here from Second Chance Creation. This is another project chair, and this is a project chair about draw and paint. No, I'm not drawing and I'm not painting. I've made myself a journal, and that's what it's all about, paint and draw. I've got this book about maybe 3 months ago in an op shop, and it cost me $3, and I just like the colouring of it and the age of it as well. And I've used the pages of this to make the journal. As you can see, some of the pictures that are on here are absolutely beautiful. That in itself will make something really pretty. And this is how to paint and draw the flowers. So I thought, well, I might as well use up this paper and just see what happens. And this is what I've come up with. It's a fairly simple junk journal, I should say. Probably that's what you call it. And I've made it from this paper. And to close it, I've used a men's belt. The cover itself was a Reader's Digest book. And because it has a sturdy cover, and I like the width of the spine, which is 1 1/4 inches, so I took all the pages out and I used that to make the journal. So I'll just undo this men's belt. This is a woven belt. And then on the end I've just finished it off with a little bit of very thin narrow dyed lace, and I'm using that throughout the book as well. And then the little dangle is from a chunky necklace that I also got from the op shop, so I used a piece of that just to finish it off. So as you can see, I used one whole page to cover the front and back. So it's the beautiful vase with all those beautiful flowers. And as you can see, it looks worn here, but what I've done is I've actually tacky glued right around the edges to secure it, because even though it is strong paper, I didn't want it to wear completely. I used one of the rub-on little stickers that I got from Deb Hendricks, and I'm just going to have a look to see where they are. No, they're not here. And so yes, I've used a few of those throughout, and I thought that just gave a little touch here. So this book is about how to paint and draw, and you'll find I've used a lot of the pages throughout this journal, and this being one of them. And I've just stamped a little date spot there and just signed my name in there, and I've popped in some inspirational little quotes. I tried to cut as little off the pages as possible. If anything, I folded them over and made little tuck spots. Here's another one, but look at this beautiful paper there, beautiful flowers, little tuck spot. This page I actually printed out a while ago to try it on my printer, and it came out pretty good, and when I found it I thought, no, I'll use it in here. And this is the back end of an envelope, and I've just cut out a little snippet of a magazine which just had the appropriate saying. And there's the envelope, and I've made a tuck spot in there, and then just more writing area here. I've also got hold of a tapestry book that had all the patterns to do the various tapestry, and I used that in this book for the pages, because it did have some lovely patterns of leaves and stems and flowers, so I've used that throughout as well. Some of the paper stock that I had a 6x6 paper pad, and I've used up some of the blues because I rarely use blue, and I thought that was pretty appropriate, seeing you know, it matches the pattern here. Lots of writing areas, more writing here, a little bit of washi tape at the edge. Here's one of my napkins. that I've applied on a page, and then I've just popped in a little snippet of a magazine just on the bottom. I thought that was pretty appropriate. And another tuck spot, and this piece here was a little leftover. I didn't want to throw it away, so I've added some paper and just made another piece of journaling paper, and then you can just pop that back in there, and I've got a card in there as well. This is the back end of a large paper clip. I didn't want to alter it. I just popped on that little bit of lace trim that I've got, because I didn't want to really hide the pattern paper. And then on this page I did hide it because I put a little weekly list to journal on, and take note, I've cut Friday off. It's only half a day. Some more pages, and I've used my paper punch that I got from the op shop and tried that out, and I thought that was quite pretty. And this is the other side of the paper that I printed out. And another tuck spot, another unusual page. And then on this one I've made another tuck spot, and then the little tuck spot I actually attached the piece of paper that I had to trim off from here. Instead of wasting them, I've made a little pad out of it. Now each signature, it's 3 signatures in this book. Each signature, the first and last page, represents one of the 4 pages of the paint and draw book. But look at the beautiful colourings of those flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. And there is the little fuchsia. I think it's the fuchsia. No, it's not. No, it's a lily. Another tuck spot. This is a butcher's paper bag. I went to the butcher and he kindly gave me a couple of bags, and I used that as a tuck spot. But I like the saying of it, you can't beat quality, #1. And on the back I glued a very old envelope. I've got about a dozen of them where the glue actually turned brown. I thought, well, that's appropriate for this one. Popped in a little journal card. Just a label here so that you can just sort of write down what's in there. And on the back is another envelope with another tuck spot just here. And a few inspirational little wording just throughout. These are the pages that I coloured or dyed a long time ago, and they hung up on the washing line, so I was able to use them. Another little saying here, and this clear pocket here is actually where all those rub-on stickers were on, and I was left with this page, and I thought, oh, that'll make like a glassine bag, I suppose, and I used that as a little tuck spot as well. Some more pages to journal on if one wishes. Here's the other side of the butcher's bag, and here's another rub-on sticker that I used on there, and just another inspirational word, awesome. And of course the other end I cut off, and I've made that into a little tuck spot. And then on the back I've just put a label, just sort of stressed it out a little bit, and I found this little sticker which I thought was quite appropriate as well. Another tuck spot just here. I just love those flowers, they're just gorgeous. So that's the end of the signature, the other end, and this is the beginning of the 3rd signature. So these are the fuchsias, but aren't they just yummy? Aren't they just yummy? So, and I've used my punch on here as well, my paper punch. Practice makes perfect, I reckon, so that's what I've been doing. I've left these 2 pages plain because it represents the drawing and some of the tools they use, the palette, the rulers. I really didn't want to cover them. And some more here. And this is actually a colour chart, so when you mix various colours you get one colour out. I thought that was pretty cool. Various paint brushes, I use it as a tuck spot. Here I've just popped in a little piece of card here, and that's for a reason. This is a little snippet of a magazine, and this here is actually a drawing of a Roman cathedral, even though it has nothing to do with paint and draw, but in the early days that's what they did, they painted all these. and they look beautiful. Well, this one is in black and white, and I thought, oh, I might just pop that in there. And then of course I just flip that up, and you can write on the back here, and there they are there, all the Roman priests just gathering there. So I'll turn that around this way. Some more of my tapestry pattern paper just there, and then here I made a little tuck spot. I've had this little mason jar here, some tissue paper, very might even be rice paper, because it wasn't napkin or anything, so I do say it's a rice paper, and I've just put on a little rub-on little design there from the stickers. I've also got hold of this paper that I had, very old, and I just made a little area there to journal on. Here's their paper napkins. Love the colours. I thought that was quite appropriate, seeing there's blue through the book. And a little bit of inspirational lettering there. Some more journaling pages. Little tuck spot, you know, to journal on, just like that. And this little yellow envelope I've had for quite a while, so I've made that into another little tuck spot. And I have quite a few of these little things, so I've laced it together to make a little notepad. And some more of the pretty paper, and a leftover piece of the napkin, and just a little bit of artwork there, snippet out of a magazine. I thought that was pretty appropriate. Some more of this paper. Here I've had some envelopes, and they're pretty aged as well, and I used them as little tuck spot, just various places just there, and also behind them you can tuck something in there. And I've just kept this little piece here because that could make a really good bookmark, you know, if you wanted to sort of tuck it in there so you remember where you're at. It's what I need these days, remember where I'm at. Another little snippet, a little inspirational here. These are the best memories to make, and I do believe any sort of artist has best memories to make. And just look at this, look at the colouring, I just love it. And here I've got another page, a little belly band, and this is where the really old stained envelopes go in, because they've just fallen out of there while I was talking. Just pop them back in. I might make something on the bottom so they don't fall out. So yeah, and this is the other side of that page. My little tuck spot there. And this is the other back end of the last signature, but that's the part of the green part of the fuchsia flower. And the last page, this little bag here, I've made a little notepad from this paper that I had, and I've cut out the photo of that art magazine, so that was pretty cool. And I've made a little, and I've sewed some pages together to make a little writing pad. And this bag here, believe it or not, ladies, is had a loaf of bread in it, focaccia bread, and I thought I can use this because it has the clear in the middle. It was quite long, and I can use this for this journal, and I can just pop that in there. So yeah, and that's the back end of it. So let me know what you think. I had fun doing this. Like I said, I've just wanted to practice making these journals. They make great gifts. I know a few crafty friends who paint and draw, and I thought that would be ideal as a gift for them. And yeah, so I'll load up my next video of my other project. So until next time, happy crafting. Bye for now.